Okay, let's go. Oh shit. Volume is there. There's some ancient stuff. The Mirtana team. But, okay, yeah, I remember this scene. How's the volume of the video? Hey, GTO, hello. So this is the entire modding community video dedicated to them, to us. I mean, we also are part of it, so. Let's see what this video is about. Their community. All right.
I don't think we put too much focus on the old Gothic fans. I don't think it's a bad thing. The fan base is still big. If we would have gone the other approach, then we would have run in the danger that they are like, it's fine what they do, but it's like, it's just not better, and it's just trying to chase something that like maybe modern audiences would like to see in a game. I think if you approach a franchise like Gothic, you have to kind of like think of the core audience first, which is the original fans.
I think I became closely connected to the community because I was actively engaged in things like the early forums, then later in the World of Gothic forum.
Mr. Kai.
I always enjoyed being in touch with the fans, and I got kind of appreciation back for that engagement. So there was a gameplay loop, so to speak, that worked very well, both for the community and for myself. And I think there were a few people at Piranha Bytes that would theoretically be interested in that as well. And they also showed up in the forums. But I think everybody else was pretty happy that the kind of public public relations side, if you want to call it that, or community side, was covered by someone, so that they could focus on making the game.
In den ersten Jahren, als die Gothic-Spiele rauskamen, gab es dieses ganze Social-Media-Gedöns noch nicht so. Da waren Foren natürlich das erste Mittel der Wahl. Wenn man nicht einen Chat-Server aufgesetzt hat, ist man in ein Forum gegangen und hat sich dort unterhalten über sein Lieblingsthema.
There's the
Und da
world
war
of
natürlich sehr
Gothic.
viel in Foren los, weil sich dort alles gesammelt hat.
As you know, every year during Gamescom, or Games Convention as it was called back then, we would meet on a camping site and have some time together. For Gothic 3,
I love to hear these stories.
At the convention site of Games Convention. So we were actually camping behind one of the convention halls,
They were so
as
young.
everybody really appreciated. So, and that was kind of where I understood myself as being, on the one hand, the composer, and on the other hand, being the community face, so to speak, of Piranha Bytes.
Zuerst war die Kommunikation halt direkt mit Piranha Bytes. Die waren auch interessiert daran, dass sie Feedback kriegen für ihr Spiel, war ja ihr Erstlingswerk und waren sehr community-nah, haben sich auch gemeldet in den Foren und wollten dort eben wissen, was die Leute dazu denken, die Spieler, und haben mit ihnen auch diskutiert. Und da war die Kommunikation eigentlich relativ einfach. War jetzt kein großartiger Marketingapparat.
I wonder if they're gonna show some remake footage as well.
Wirklich gesteuert hat, was halt Informationen rausgeht und was reingeht, sondern das war am Anfang recht unkompliziert.
There are so many things that surprise me that Gothic community creates. There is a lot of community creations and a lot of community projects where we can gain some inspiration for Gothic Remake.
Someone made cards.
This is them who kept the whole series alive for 20 plus years. Community is still active, still making modifications, still making different projects, events, videos, etc.
Seltsame Leute gab es eher nicht in dem Sinne von merkwürdig und komisch, sondern eher sehr engagiert. Also gerade in den ersten Jahren zwischen Gothic 2 und Gothic 3 war halt die Community so, ja, Seiten wie Mondgesänge, die es heute noch gibt, die alles aufdröseln. Alle Inhalte von Gothic 2, Gothic 3 sind entstanden damals. Es sind Lösungscomics entstanden. Leute haben also kreativ irgendwelche Comics erstellt aus der Spielgrafik, in denen sie irgendwelche Questlösungen erklärt haben oder ungewöhnliche Wege. Es sind interaktive Lösungskarten entstanden, es wurde viel Fanart gezeichnet, Leute haben auf Instrumenten Musikstücke nachgespielt und das auf YouTube hochgeladen.
Richtig, also Mondgesänge war tatsächlich ein Start von einem anderen Fan aus.
You guys remember this website? I use it a lot, by the way, because there's a lot of stuff for Marvin Helper and all the information about the monsters. Would be great if they mentioned big Gothic mod creators. Probably yes. Probably yes. This I never managed to spell this. Mondregar, kinda. I don't know, but I use this a lot. Pretty useful website.
Im Forum, schlauer Hamster, der hat dann die Webseite programmiert. Der Grund war eigentlich ein ganz einfacher gewesen. Wir wollten den Fans eine Webseite zur Verfügung stellen. Anfangs erstmal nur zu Gothic 2, die Lösung zu allen Dingen im Spiel anbieten konnte. Sei es Quests, Items, zu den NPCs, zu den Orten. Alles Mögliche im Spiel, um ja, eine voll umfangreiche Sammlung
That's a
zum Spiel
great
zu haben.
stuff
Man
in this
sieht
website.
mittlerweile, was eigentlich daraus
There's
geworden
basically
ist, aus
everything.
Grundgesänge. Es wurde dann mehr, das Add-on, die Gothic 1 Datenbank.
Bezimienny to sentymentalna podróż do czasów dzieciństwa, w którym naczelną rolę całej naszej trójki i chyba większej części osób naszego pokolenia pełni właśnie gra Gothic.
Jesteśmy artystami
Bezimienny-
wizualnymi,
the
zajmującymi się
paintings,
głównie
yes.
malarstwem i pośród
I
wielu
remember
tworzonych
this.
przez nas projektów, jednym z nich jest kolektyw Bezimienny.
I w naszej twórczej praktyce staramy się przenieść cyfrowy świat gry na klasyczne techniki
Classic.
malarskie i w samym Gothicu odnaleźć można wiele wizualnych
No, there is. It's
odniesień do
also in English.
historii
Yes,
sztuki.
you can auto-translate it.
No, z
Hey,
jednej
Blaze.
strony Gothic zachwycił nas swoją malarskością, tym jak dobrze wygląda ze sztuką dawną, ale
Yeah, you can see these guys. I remember them. They basically made these paintings. Well, I don't know if they're painted or they just kind of printed it in a painting fashion, and they do this kind of showing.
z drugiej strony malowanie obrazów w referencji do sfery cyfrowej jest jednym z najbardziej aktualnych trendów, jakie możemy zaobserwować w sztuce współczesnej.
Tworzymy te obrazy zaczynając od cyfrowych szkiców,
He has a
które
pickaxe.
powstają
I love the
wewnątrz,
pickaxe.
gry. Ustawiamy daną scenerię, postaci, często czekamy na odpowiednią pogodę, trochę jak impresjoniści. Wyczekujemy danego momentu, a następnie za pomocą bazy screenów, którą sobie przygotujemy, malujemy wszystko używając klasycznych technik olejnej na płótnie, ze wszystkimi tymi efektami jak sfumato
That's them.
i inne, które są znane z historii sztuki.
Hey, we are Vova and Nadia from Irdora, the fantasy folk band originally from Belarus but now based in Berlin.
As you probably noticed, our name is somehow connected with the game Gothic.
Yeah, we were very young and inspired by bands as In Extremo, Corvus Corax, and of course by the Gothic game.
Our own genre, with time, I would say, changed from fantasy to something like pagan folk based on Belarusian mythology. But the spirit of Gothic is still with us.
After more than 25 years, we are from time to time diving into the world of Gothic.
Wait a second. What do you mean after 25 years? How old is this guy? He looks like he's in his 30s. I mean, what, he was 5 playing Gothic and watching In Extremo?
And enjoying the atmosphere and of course enjoying the music of Kai Rosenkrantz.
Wearing sleeper mask accessory when performing. Really? I never knew of these guys. 7 when you played Gothic. I mean, makes sense, but I don't know. I'm just surprised. I thought somebody making a band
To be honest, the fact
would
that
be older.
there are people out there appreciate my music and generally have like words in the comments and so on, that's actually what keeps me going. That's my fuel. There is like a communication channel between the audience and myself. On the one hand, that's through me presenting music and then receiving feedback like that. And on the other hand, it's also people just saying, when I play the game, I felt something. It made me feel kind of the tone of the game. It made me feel the atmosphere. I felt like a prisoner in a mining colony. So that level of feedback is also what kind of keeps me going.
Wenn du ein Bier ausgibst, erzähle ich dir noch was über die Crawler.
Hier,
trink einen auf mein Wohl.
Wenn du ein Bier
Oh, fuck.
ausgibst, erzähle ich
I
dir noch
messed
was
up.
über die Crawler.
Hier, trink einen auf mein Wohl.
Danke. Also, die Crawler gibt es hier zuhauf in vielen Nebenhöhlen.
Machinima to technika animacji, w której wykorzystujemy nagrania z gry komputerowej i próbujemy stworzyć z tego sensowną historię. Gothic 1 i Gothic 2 wychodziły w czasach,
Oh,
w którym
it's
twórcy
Milo.
gier bardzo często zostawiali kody dla graczy.
It's Mr.
żeby mogli się
Milo. He's
najczęściej
often in
nimi
chat
pobawić.
here to us.
Gotyki szczególnie wyszły z bardzo obszerną ilością kodów, na tyle obszerną, że bardzo szybko zorientowaliśmy się, jakie to daje nam możliwości. Gracze szybko zaczęli dawać upust swojej kreatywności właśnie za pomocą gotyków.
What is this
Rozrosło się
video?
to, gdzie teraz jest to mini zespół, gdzie każda osoba jest odpowiedzialna za coś innego. Reżyseria, scenariusz, animacje, sekwencje skryptowe, by gra odpalała konkretne wydarzenia. Zaczęły powstawać dedykowane modyfikacje tylko i wyłącznie z myślą o tym, by usprawnić proces tworzenia filmów. Machinima, szczególnie w Polsce, była na tyle popularna, co roku powstawało tyle filmów, że mogliśmy bez problemu organizować konkursy odpowiednich Oscarów. Najpopularniejszym takim konkursem były zdecydowanie Złote Inosy. Był to konkurs, w którym widzowie mogli głosować na swoich ulubieńców, jak i również było specjalne jury, najczęściej właśnie osoby z największym stażem bądź doświadczeniem.
Yeah, people really did some
Konkurs
crazy
rozrósł
shit
się
with
do
Machinima.
sporych rozmiarów, gdzie twórcy nie tylko z Polski, ale z całego świata mogli brać udział i walczyć o nagrody.
I saw many machinimas and pretty popular among the community. I can mention like 3 channels, 3 creators. The first channel is Larmov. It's famous for You Are Not a Citizen. The Polish one called Kistru. Also, I really love the channel of Johan Ingeborg. That's
Of course,
crazy,
Johan.
high quality, fun-made content. I
Yeah.
really love his videos. So big thank you all of you for creating this.
На створення готорепу мене свого часу надихнули колеги з Польщі, які займалися цим задовго до мене. Створення будь-якого готик-репу починається з біта. Тільки підібравши біт, можна починати підбирати персонажів, їхні репліки, яких, до речі,
that
є
he
дуже
is.
обмежена
Yeah,
кількість.
that is in
Далі
the
це все
pocket.
об'єднується в одну композицію, і тобі залишається дивитись і слухати, як це все разом звучить, як воно працює. Я вважаю, що готичне співтовариство особливе тим, що воно таке різне і так сильно об'єднане навколо одного віртуального всесвіту.
Ich würde es für mich bewerten, dass die Trennung von Piranha Bytes und
Oh,
Joe
Don
diese
Esteban
gegenseitig
also.
plötzlich, also
World of
draußen von uns
Gothic.
plötzlich erscheinende Trennung, die Urkatastrophe war eigentlich im Gothic-Franchise.
Richtig ist die Trennung zwischen Jowood und Piranha Bytes damals, hat eigentlich den Startschuss erstmal in der Community gelegt. Einzelne Fans haben Bugfixes gemacht, dann Glockenbeat, ein User-Administrator im Jowood-Forum, kam dann mit der Idee, über Jowood eventuell an den Quellcode zu gelangen, um größere Patches mehr zu fixen als nur das, was und somit halt koordinierter zu sein. Es fand sich
Yeah,
dann
they
auch
really did
schnell
fix a lot of
ein
stuff.
ganzes Team
to lower-
koordinierter
I have
zu
to lower
sein.
a little bit
Es
the
fand sich
volume
dann
here.
auch schnell ein
For me, it's
ganzes
loud.
Team aus der Community zusammen. Es waren dann, darunter waren auch Programmierer und Anfang mit den einigen Anlaufschwierigkeiten haben wir dann den Quellcode erhalten und dann konnten wir richtig loslegen. Und die Motivation dann, wir haben durch den Quellcode immer mehr, immer Neues entdeckt, was geändert werden oder gefixt werden konnte oder was verbessert werden konnte, von technischen Dingen verbessert werden konnte, bis hin dann, als es einem
What
Teammitglied dann
G3,
gelungen
what
ist,
source code?
die komplette Welt zu kompilieren. Also nochmal, sodass dann tatsächlich noch größere Dinge in der Welt an Bugfixes möglich gewesen
I guess at some point
sind.
the community
Und
did get the
es
source
dann
code, no?
dazu führte, dass der spätere
Nordmar was a
über 1
great
Gigabyte
place in Gothic 3.
groß
One of my
geworden
favorite
ist.
places.
Und, es hat wahnsinnig Spaß gemacht. Es war auch sehr lehrreich. Man hat gemerkt, besonders dann zum Ende des ganz großen Patches damals auch eine Art Crunch-Time, einige Fehler noch entdeckt, sodass man dann auch nachts bis in die Nacht hineingesessen hat, um diese zu finden, auszumerzen und dann auch nochmals zu testen, ob alles in Ordnung ist. War eine schöne Zeit und es war dass halt nicht nur das Team, sondern im Grunde genommen eigentlich die ganze Community. Dass nicht nur die Deutschen,
That's
sondern
a great
halt auch
question, Blaze.
Polnisch,
We got the
Russisch,
source.
also
Why aren't
aus
we
allen
compiling
Ländern,
our own
mit
version
Leuten
of Gothic?
dabei.
I think the biggest thing that I really was impressed by is Gothic LARP. And this is an event that takes place in Poland every year in summertime. Also, there are some short movies recorded there. Something similar should happen also in Germany, and they kind of play a role in a miniature version of the colony.
I did
They
some
kind of
LARP
have a simulation of a living world, but in
back in my
real
day.
life.
Not Gothic LARP, but yeah.
Byliśmy grą, która działa się w ramach innej imprezy. Byliśmy jedną z gier konwentowych na konwencie Orkon.
I mean, see the detail. These guys really are dedicated. It's very high quality
bariery
LARP.
do czasów Gotika 1. Więc prowadziliśmy
You can
to
tell.
przez najpierw sam obóz, dopiero potem powstał podział
You can
na te
hit
obozy.
others with those swords, by the way, for who doesn't know LARP. Yeah, you can actually hit people. It's cool to fight.
Pierwsze lata pokazywać,
There's an
jak te
entire
obozy
set
się
of
kształtowały,
skills and
więc raz
stuff you have to
graliśmy w
use. You have your
Starym
hit
Obozie, raz w Nowym
points.
Obozie, raz w Bractwie.
So you have to count when you
Jednak
get
w pewnym
hit.
momencie
It's
przyszła
pretty cool.
pandemia. No i w trakcie pandemii musieliśmy
I
odpuścić
do it every
jedną
day.
imprezę. No i ten rok dał nam czas, żeby spojrzeć na niego na nowo. Wybraliśmy troszkę cofnięcie się do korzeni i rozbudowę gry na stałe wokół terenów starego obozu, jako takiego głównego hubu, wokół
How many Gothic weapons you
gromadzą się
counted?
gracze. W tej formule już trzymamy się pół
Let's go
dekady
back.
i ona
No,
się sprawdza.
that's the
I've been a
volume.
LARPer since 2004 or 2005.
Gothic LARP Germany. So
it's
there's
been
also a
more than
German
20 years now.
LARP organization.
And I always wanted to do a LARP in the setting of Gothic 1. It was a small personal dream of mine, but it never really came together.
No,
and
impossible.
Then at some point, almost by accident, we decided,
I mean, the
okay,
outfits are on
just
spot,
do
come
it.
on.
And we started
Most of them.
planning and we made it happen. Since
Let's
we're
all go
doing
this
Gothic 1
year.
LARP,
That would be cool.
Our main inspiration is basically Gothic
I wonder
1.
how much it costs.
But we continued the story with a different fictional timeline.
There is no way
The name continued
that
the story.
there is no way this is his real mustaches. Maybe it is.
With a different fictional timeline.
Digger
The nameless hero
yourself?
never appeared, and the colony just
Oh, you already got the role
kept
then.
going.
These guys are
The
convicts.
water
Yeah.
mages did their ritual.
No,
with
they're
the
cool
orb,
outfits.
but
Come
instead
on,
of
Blaze.
destroying the barrier,
Look
the
at
barrier became
this. No,
bigger
come on,
and
don't.
pulled a lot of
Come on.
new areas into the colony.
It's
That gave us
above
the chance
average.
to
It's
play
actually cool
locations
stuff.
that
It's good
didn't
looking
exist
stuff.
Back in Gothic 1.
Jeżeli
They are, if
patrzymy na
they're not
inne media
identical, most of the time they are
rozrywkowe,
really
to bardzo
inspired.
często odbiorca jest tym głównym, jednak finalnym
Hey,
bohaterem.
Glivis.
Istnieje
Fun,
pewna
you can ask
potrzeba
your grandma to
zrozumienia,
help you
że
do that
nie chodzi
stuff.
o
Cool.
zwycięstwo i nie chodzi o to, żeby
There's also
osiągnąć
metal armors. Yeah, look at that
sukces
chainmail.
na grze, tylko żeby poprowadzić grę, żeby przeżyć jakąś przygodę.
That
Tych
was like
bohaterów nie jest
how do you call them?
tylko jeden, ale 300, to każdy będzie próbował tutaj
Yeah, look at the
jakoś to
weapons.
zagrać dla siebie.
Now I'm looking at
więc
the
najlepiej,
weapons.
starać się grać dla innych.
Filmowanie to jest coś, w czym się rozwijam
This
po
is,
godzinach.
I guess,
więc
Magic
takie dosyć
Ore?
naturalne wydało mi się połączenie tego hobby z Gothikiem.
Above average, actually pretty close to why. Yeah. It's believable. That's the most important thing when you do LARP. It must be believable. It's
dzięki czemu później
most of
powstają
them.
różne ciekawe produkty czy pomysły. No poza tym zawsze chciałem spróbować
They also did
coś
movies, I
opowiedzeniu
remember.
jakiejś własnej historii w tym świecie, więc no, gdy nadarzyły się do tego okoliczności, to stwierdziłem, że spróbuję i zobaczymy, co będzie. Miałem to szczęście na pewno, że spotkałem wielu świetnych ludzi, którzy mnie wsparli w realizacji tego pomysłu i wspólnymi siłami się udało
Makes
to
Magic
zrobić.
Ore is elixir? No,
Czy
I
widzę
hope
w tym
no.
potencjał? No, sam bym chętnie obejrzał kolejne filmy w świecie Gotika. Na pewno
Finally,
da się też
I can use
zrobić
my
wiele rzeczy
rifle,
lepiej.
no.
Ten świat
Smokers
ma
will have a
mnóstwo
great
do
time in
powiedzeń, z
these
których można
LARPs.
tworzyć kolejne
Yeah,
historie.
the metal is expensive in
Myślę,
these
że nie
outfits,
tylko
it
ja
really
byłbym
is.
chętny coś jeszcze zobaczyć, więc no, jak najbardziej, tylko tutaj po prostu już stykamy
Metal
się
ponchos.
z
Yeah.
pewnym
Even the
sufitem
chainmail costs
budżetowym.
100.
Sama
I think
przestrzeń larpowa jest
100 or a
miejscem,
couple
gdzie
hundred
pojawiają się
bucks.
też
Look
ludzie
at this armor,
kreatywni,
it's cool
ambitni.
looking.
Ta aura i ten taki urok wspólnej twórczości, myślę, że zaraża. Kiedy myślimy o Gothicu i myślimy o jego świecie, parę rzeczy nam od razu przychodzi na myśl, tak? widzimy cykl dobowy bohaterów, widzimy jakieś
I still didn't
życie
see
w
any meat
ośrodkach
bugs in
miejskich.
these stews.
Widzimy
I am
jakąś florę, faunę,
disappointed
widzimy
though.
jakiś sens, logikę tego świata.
Even a fake
No i widzimy
huge
też
bug
jego,
would be great to have.
pewną brutalność, pewną taką
Oh shit, he
kategoryczność
said
w zasadach
brutalność,
myślenia. Jeżeli
and that guy
chodzi
was
o
hammering.
takie oddawanie
No,
mechaniki,
wait, I want to
to przede
rewatch that.
wszystkim, jeżeli
Brutalność, and the guy hammering.
brutalność pewną
Wait,
tego
there it is.
świata. No i widzimy też jego pewną brutalność, pewną taką
Brutalność,
kategoryczność w
and the guy
zasadach,
with the
które
big
ma.
hammer
Jeżeli chodzi
slamming.
o takie oddawanie
That guy
mechanik,
totally felt
to
it.
przede wszystkim, żeby oddać dany świat, trzeba oddać jego wrażenie. Te zarobione rzeczy, te
Brutalność,
znalezione
Jesus.
przedmioty, one muszą być użyteczne i na larpie trzeba pamiętać, że wszystko, co się na niego wniesie, powinno być użyteczne. Tak samo jak w grze komputerowej.
Our next big event is at the end of May this year. It's called Blood and Ore. We have a huge location with cliffs, canyons, caves, everything you would expect from the Valley of Mines. And we've prepared a big story with adventure and secrets.
Myślę, że największą zmianą jest to,
Yeah,
jak
LARPs are
ludzie
fun,
zaczęli
but when
traktować
there's a
Gothica,
language
to znaczy,
barrier,
że Gothic stał się już czymś
I don't
więcej
know
niż
what to
tylko
think
grą,
about.
stał się, można powiedzieć, stylem życia. Kiedyś
that's
to
a
był
golem.
tam jeden z
No,
tytułów, dookoła
number
którego
one.
garstka fanów tworzyła
He was cosplaying
proste
as a
mody,
golem.
machinimy, czy pierwsze fora tematyczne. No a
They are
teraz
barbarian.
społeczność stała się o wiele większa i jest zdecydowanie bardziej profesjonalna, więc według mnie nastąpił ogromny progres i ja jestem bardzo ciekaw tego,
statue is so
co tam
famous.
dalej się jeszcze wydarzy.
I mean, surely if you would have probably asked like the original people that made it, like they would
Vana.
have probably never guessed that like, you know, all of this sort of will be happening, that there will be so many people interested in it. The community and the modders and so on have definitely outgrown the game, right? Probably even beyond like the wildest
not supposed to
imaginations of
understand
the
each
original
other.
developers. So yeah, it is definitely more. It
how
connects
cool this
people
stuff
from
is, so
all
cool.
places around the world and different languages, different cultures. So yeah, I would say that's it is more than you could hope for even, right? Than you could wish
What is
for.
that,
So,
baby?
yeah.
Oh, they have a scavenger
part of the
coco.
community myself, like, I don't know, 20 years ago.
No, these guys
I
are
was very
crazy,
active
dude.
in the forums, but then
Peter, he is your
I
language.
read the announcement about a mod kit. I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's take a look. Let's
The
download
cocos
it.
are
Okay, so
invading
how do
more!
I, extrude from a model? And you cannot do it, like, because it expect you to create a world in a 3D program. So like, okay, let's look at this 3D thing, right? I mean, how does it work? Oh shit, like 3D Studio Max, it costs a lot of money. Oh, there's Gmax. Okay, let's try this. All of a sudden you fell into this rabbit hole, actual game creation. It's not easy.
Ich bin für die Entwicklung
That sounds hurtful. Imagine moving your arm like this.
ins Team gekommen und war bis zum Abschluss der Arbeiten am Gothic 2 Add-on. Ich habe parallel zu ihm
Vana
an
looks
einem
like
Tool
PewDiePie
gearbeitet,
on some degree.
um die Spielarchive zu entpacken und bin letztendlich der die Steuerung des Inventar von Gothic 2 verbrochen hat und der den Leuten ein Modkit für den
It is cool to
zweiten
use
Teil.
these editors,
Die
by the way. I
Rangarbeit
did it for
beziehungsweise
some
die
game in the
Entwickler
past.
waren relativ
It's very fun.
aktiv im Forum und
Until it isn't.
hat sich bereit erklärt, ein Modkit für Gothic 1 zur Verfügung zu stellen, was letztendlich bedeutete, dass die Tools, mit denen die Entwickler selber das Spiel erstellt haben, zu großen Teilen, dass die Tools rausgegeben wurden. Bert hat den Spacer so angepasst, dass er mit den Spieldaten, mit den gepackten Spieldaten funktioniert und hat eine sehr umfangreiche Dokumentation geschrieben als Einführung. Und das einzige Puzzleteil, was noch fehlte, war halt aus Lizenzgründen eine Möglichkeit, die Archive zu einpacken und wieder neu zu packen,
It does look complicated,
und dann habe ich in meiner
The
Freizeit
language barrier
das
won't
Modkit
be
für
exactly
Gothic
the same,
2
but it should be still
zusammengestellt,
fun.
wobei das
You won't get some memes, people will probably say, boys, dubbing for Gothic is a classic.
When you start on modding, you have to learn everything, every detail of the game development process in general. You have
Legend of a
to
Sun.
understand what meshes are, you have to understand how lighting is baked into it, you have to understand how to mesh, to put meshes together, how to put items in the world. All of this is so much to learn that most of people just focus on one part of it and then they become masters in it or experts.
Going all the malls. Golden Gate, we're playing that.
Das ist doch alles nur Gerede. Ich habe für so etwas
Dolina Zombie was a nice mod. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what this is. Liver, my favorite.
Many mods, many modifications that are super popular among the community. From the top of my head, there are like Dirty Swamp or New Balance or Boom Shark, where you play for an orc. So there are actually so many of them.
Das waren meiner Meinung nach
So,
vor allen Dingen die Modder, die
we actually were very lucky. We have so many mods
erstellt haben,
in the
die
Gothic
im Laufe
community.
der
That
Jahre
is
und
true.
Jahrzehnte mittlerweile ja extrem an Qualität gewonnen haben.
become
Am besten
Schudak.
davon kommen wir eigentlich mit Vollpreisspielen mit, was Umfang und Inhaltsqualität anbelangt. Die haben sich halt so weit fortentwickelt in ihren Möglichkeiten, dass halt mittlerweile Dinge möglich sind, die man früher am Anfang dieser ganzen Modding-Geschichten gar nicht für möglich gehalten hat.
I didn't do lots of things that Gothic modders usually do when they first start
Very
modding.
nice.
I went more the reverse engineering route. I've never made my own level or anything. I was just tinkering with the renderer and hacking the game, basically.
Oh, he did
What got me into
the
Gothic modding was
DX11, basically.
actually Let's Play of a German YouTuber, Hand of Blood. He had technical issues every time he went into a cave. The spider webs were flickering. And I was watching this and I was like, okay, I think I can fix that. I mean, I like the game, I played it a lot, and at some point I wanted to, what makes this living world tick? I went ahead and first thing was, okay, I just translate the old
We even
graphics
have
calls
Guilty and
to
Tenebris,
something newer.
lucky
That
us.
failed, so I started over again and looked deeper into the
before
rendering
Joga Session,
pipeline
I don't
of the
think I'll
original
be there.
game.
I'm
So
not
I
big
made
enough
this,
as a
DirectX 11
internet
renderer,
person,
but this
but
is not really the
still,
Gothic
it's
modding
cool to
way.
see all these guys.
Darum erstmal
I mean, nobody interviewed me, so as far as I remember.
Wie immer eine Texturmodifikation, die sind führen sehr schnell zu sichtbaren Ergebnissen. Kleinere Skriptanpassungen und dann wurde halt viel gelernt im Laufe der Zeit und die Leute haben sehr viel Zeit ihrer Freizeit da reingesteckt. Und ja, im Laufe der Jahre gab es richtig große Projekte, teilweise größer als das Originalspiel. Wirklich spannende Sachen, auch voll vertont. Wirklich, wirklich beeindruckende Sachen, die die Leute in ihrer Freizeit geschaffen haben. Unglaublich.
Bob.
Das war damals tatsächlich meiner Meinung nach noch nicht so absehbar. Als ich die Lizenz für das Modkit für Gothic 2 schrieb, ging es mir in erster Linie darum, dass wenn jemand Assets erstellt, dass der sich gleichzeitig bereit erklärt, dass andere Modifikationen diese Assets benutzen dürfen, weil am Ende des Tages zählt, ja, die Anerkennung für das Asset muss geleistet werden, also die Leute müssen erwähnt werden für ihre kreative Leistung, aber warum sollte jemand eine Modifikation erstellen mit einem Asset als Alleinstellungsmerkmal, wenn jemand eine tolle Geschichte zu erzählen hat und das auch benutzen möchte? Ja? Warum sollte man sich in so einem kleinen Kreis von Modifikationsentwicklern gegenseitig im Weg stehen und sich die Butter auf dem Brot nicht gönnen? Insofern war die Lizenz schon für mich sehr, sehr wichtig, dass die Leute in dem Moment, wo die Engine verwenden, um die Spieldaten zu generieren, dass sie sich gleichzeitig bereit erklären, das mit dem Rest der Community zu teilen. Das war mir persönlich sehr wichtig.
I never played Legend of
The
Asun.
thing
I really
with
should.
the Legend of Asun project is that the original team that started the development in 2004 put the game on ice in 2009. The project actually did grow too big for them. There were like 3 other community members in this project and didn't want to let it stay unfinished. So they picked up the work and grew in another team, and then I joined, and I have mainly done scripting, but also some minor animations, quest-related items to the world, and yeah, basically implemented
Grali,
the main
hello, and also yes.
story. The final release was in 2018, so it was actually 14 years in total.
Weren't you
Yeah, I
streaming,
think the
Grali?
most defining feature of Loa is like Gothic 2, but different. It's more of the same, but also
I
more
think Jax
advanced,
did
detailed in some
an
aspects.
English
That's
voiceover
exactly
for
the
this,
feeling
or
that
if
we
not,
were aiming
maybe he
for,
could.
actually. No other total conversion
Would
was
be
able
nice
to
to play
achieve
this
this
game
to that
finally.
extent, in my opinion. Yeah, the release of the demo for the first act was a real
Ah,
success.
okay, Grali,
That's
sad to
based
hear.
on player feedback. The reception directly on the final release was a bit disappointing to me personally. After 14 years of waiting for
You
one
did?
of the biggest mods to that date,
Genius.
I had expected more interest, to be honest.
I already did, Joe. You want it, it's done. You want it in French,
Первоначально
done.
проект, который был написан, не имел новых боевых систем. Мы не планировали каких-то новых монстров созданий, новых там сверханимаций.
There's so much shit. There is so
Крафтинг,
much
который
shit.
у нас
My son is
нового
goated. I
куча
never played
появилось.
it.
Этого изначально всего не было. Это все развивалось постепенно. Вот тут, в том числе благодаря
With my
тому, что у нас
streams in
был
Sonya.
предмодуль
Mouse went from
анимации,
doing 20 damage to doing
благодаря нему как
900.
раз появилось очень много
Amazing.
нового. То, что понравилось и более
Wow.
акцентировалось игроками, это этот новые
This
боевые
looks like a
системы
decent.
с орочим оружием, пиратские
What are these
шпаги,
animation?
двойные мечи,
Ah,
бой
yeah, okay. I
со
remember where I saw them,
щитом.
I think.
Практически
Some New
70%
Balance. I'm not
первоначального
surprised,
сюжета
but...
было сделано нами практически в рамках 3-4 месяцев, на самом деле.
Best part of the saga is the way they shown the orcs camp. In the Dark Saga, they are very different. They have their own ranks, culture, personalities,
I didn't know that,
sense of
Kirali.
honor,
Dark Saga provided
new
all the
animations,
stuff for New Balance,
and
actually.
even new language. There is a great voice acting to show their speech.
Дальнейшее развитие вот это и сложности в длительности реализации как раз вызывали новые боевые системы, подстраивания под них, новые некоторые реализации, как всякие многостраничные книги, боевые системы, где надо было приходилось мухлевать с движком, как бы создавая видимость двух мечей, боев со щитом.
Maybe I should play this Dark Saga.
Nichts nutzt. Schau nach,
After
was es für
all.
uns zu holen gibt. Na los!
Not lose double.
So one of
Imagine
the
the
unique
name.
things of Dirty Swamp in my eyes is that most of the game takes place in this very
Mr. Jax, can we have Dark
space.
Saga, please?
This means you always
In English,
get
that
a
would be
sense
amazing.
of adventure whenever you have the chance to leave the main area, the swamp.
Is it Dark Saga
And
Gothic
another
1?
thing would be the humor. So I really have a soft spot for
Oh,
bad
Draxis,
puns,
I know
silly
this
dialogue,
guy. He's
and
the Dirty
things like
Swamp
breaking
guy.
the fourth wall. But
Great
one
guy.
feature of Dirty Swamp stands out to me
I
personally.
love his mod.
and,
Dirty Swamp is one of my
that's
favorite.
The quick spell system.
Mage
Every
is so
spell,
fun in
and
this
there
mod.
are about 30 of them can be casted via special hotkey as an alternative version. And it
You managed
even
to not
works
get mad
while
at
you
it?
have the melee or ranged weapon drawn. So you're totally free in combat to do what you want to do. I've really always had the mentality that if I would like the game, others might like it too. And the biggest criticism I saw on the forum were that it's way too difficult or that the humor in the mod is way too silly.
No, fake news. I love the humor of the mod and it's not too difficult. I don't know what they're telling you, but they are lying, obviously.
And those are 2 points I would not compromise because I wanted to have myself in the game. I have silly humor and I like my challenges, so
what is Dry Swamp?
Live with it. So the response was, yeah, many thought it was good, some thought it was silly or bad, and yeah. I want to also mention, I think the biggest one, the Chronicles of Mertan Arhalis. Arhalis was a game changer for me because I didn't expect such a high level in there. Yeah, that's why I can't even call it a modification. I think it's a standalone game.
The main idea behind the Chronicles of Mertan Arhalis was that we wanted to create a game that the people will have once again ability to experience the original Gothic, like something new that feel as old. And behind every creative decision we later took, there was this motto: we're making you feel like you're playing Gothic 2 Night of the Raven once more. Chronicles have many of the same motifs present within our game, but the difference is how we place them, how we use them. Another thing is that we never wanted to have a proper hero. We wanted to have a regular guy who struggles to survive, who has the problems. So you feeling oppressed, you feeling people are mocking you, trying to be against you, trying to use you for their advantage. So we really wanted to have this low fantasy feeling within a setting that it's kind of medium fantasy at many points, especially in Gothic 2.
Can I say that he just described Bezzy? A guy that everyone pushes around and mocks him and he's weak, have to struggle. Isn't that just Bezzy? I don't know. Just an idea.
hours and days after the release. We didn't sleep much. We not only started to fix things that were reported, but we also started to read reviews and the reactions.
Why the people really like that? I think there is no like one reason why it all went so good. There's a couple of things that comes to that. We had a really good team that we divided our responsibilities accordingly and nobody really tried to enforce their vision. There was a huge collaboration and we allowed each of the team member to shine within their own discipline. So this was always like collaborative effort. There wasn't like dictatorship that, you know, you have to follow my vision, either you like it or not. Of course, there had to be some decision making, but we managed to pull that off. And it's often problem I see with modifications that there's like just one vision and everybody is, you know, lacking interest in just, you know, pushing this vision.
That's the only way to do it.
Most eventually fail.
Why Arclos is not canon? I mean, first of all, we never had this discussion. I mean, nobody really asked if it should be canon or not. I think other than fans, I haven't actually made up my mind if it should be canon or not. I think it's a really impressive like game. I mean, it's a mod, but it's a game. I mean, I think a little bit like us, trying to understand like, okay, what is missing in Gothic? How can we make this whole experience better and what do we need? I mean, it must be really difficult to do some of the new stuff and mechanics they did.
This is
and
interesting.
It's really cool that they never were shy of doing difficult things. So also thanks for approaching me to put it on Steam and connecting it there with like Gothic 2, which I think is a very accessible way of playing it. And I think in the end, mods should be accessible. And Steam Workshop is also a great way to do that. But I think a mod of that size and of that energy also deserves like more spotlight.
No, there's a personal perspective that I would definitely love that, and whatever we did, we tried to be in line with the lore. And some people might try to kill me, but the problem is that the lore changed with Gothic 1, Gothic 2, Gothic 3. It was hard because we had to combine those. We wanted to make, you know, we took Gothic 1 and Gothic 2 as our main sources. And wherever there was a conflict between those two, we chose what we preferred or we believed was better.
He didn't say Gothic 3 though.
Cases. So it's hard to inject a modification like that into the official canon. I would say it would be a great honor.
No, they did a great job with Arclos, come on. You can't complain. It might not be perfect, but come on, it's outstanding.
Первый раз, когда я запускал Готику 3, техническое состояние меня, конечно же, оттолкнуло. Уже потом, во второй раз, когда уже вышли все комьюнити-патчи, техническое состояние было в большей степени исправлено, а отталкивало скорее контентное наполнение. И как раз появилось желание посмотреть, какие вообще есть моды на нее, что можно улучшить, установить себе в игру. У игры ощущалась своя идентичность, но как будто потенциал не был нормально реализован. Вот, я бы сказал так. Так я начал потихоньку искать моды, изучать их, делать разборы. У меня был свой небольшой проект, назывался «Умная сборка модов». В какой-то момент я позвал других авторов, известных на тот момент сборок, и предложил им объединиться. И мы сделали один большой проект, назывался он и называется Union+. Тогда уже с Юнионом пришла большая аудитория. Проектов лично у меня много. Могу выделить 3 самых известных. Первый — это Pirate Dream, сюжетный мод про пиратов, про поиски сокровищ и все такое вот. Intuitive Combat System — это мод на боевую систему, который изменяет анимации. Новую версию я делал еще до того, как появился инструментарий для редактирования анимации. Уже потом, когда он появился, я в первый же день побежал его изучать и осваивать. Я ориентировался на боевую систему игры Risen. Мне кажется, что Risen — это как раз доработанная боевая система Gothic 3. Вышла, на мой взгляд, неплохо. Многие играют до сих пор именно с моим модом на боевую систему. Хотя сегодня появилось уже гораздо больше разных модов на боевые анимации. Я даже всех их сосчитать не могу и упомнить. К сожалению, я не особо знаком с моддингом на Zenjin, движке Gothic 1.2. Насколько я понимаю, там гораздо большие возможности, более развитый модерский инструментарий. Хотя в некоторых отдельных случаях мододелы Gothic 2, узнав о каких-то наших тулзах, кусают локти буквально от зависти и говорят, что у них такого нет. Основная сложность — это модифицирование игрового кода. Есть инструмент Gothic 3 SDK, который дает возможность вносить такие изменения, но им владеют буквально единицы, которых можно пересчитать по пальцам одной руки.
I mean, it's impossible to say, but technically the best mods are ahead of us. We have a lot of examples of good mods, which are a big inspiration for new modders.
И самое интересное, даже не просто создаются какие-то модификации, создаются разные инструментарии, достаточно серьезные для развития. Казалось бы, проекту действительно 25 лет. Но это потрясающе. Я не знаю, чем действительно поддерживается этот особый интерес.
It's not that difficult to get started. And if you just want to just start with it and maybe find a team and tell the story, and that's awesome.
We will still get
mods,
but
it's hard to do.
I don't know how many of those, and I don't know how big and how good, because there is this problem. Many years ago, the modding was a gateway to be able to creating your own games. There wasn't, such a surge of free engines to play with. So this was a playground for people who wanted to make games. Right now, we have a lot of free engines at our disposals. We can play around, tweak. There's a lot of free resources.
Hence why indie games are everywhere.
It's hard. You have to learn somewhere. A lot of that is just tribal knowledge. So as we are dying out, I would say as Gothic modders, we slowly stop doing that. We get jobs, we have families, etc. Yeah, once again, I really hope it's just, my doom speaking that we won't get as many and as good mods as we were receiving in the previous years, but fingers crossed. Let's hope I'm mistaken.
Ich bin stolz auf die Community, wie sie zusammengehalten hat.
Grali, didn't you play this Dust Cluster
damals
too?
Gothic 3, auch uns, also das Patch-Team damals unterstützt hat.
Remake. Yeah, someone did make that remake.
Generell kreiert hat an Modifikationen. Die Community hat für die Community
this guy, I remember.
Dinge
He's like the most famous LARPer in the Gothic Discord.
Den vollsten Respekt allen demjenigen,
die Cluster something. It was shown on screen right now.
Ich bin stolz, einen Teil davon mit beigetragen zu haben.
I'm not aware of every nuance of the community. What happens in countries where they talk in a language I don't understand. I mean, Poland and Russia, right? I don't speak Russian, unfortunately. I don't speak Polish. We have people on the team who speak these languages, who I regularly can check in with and say hey, what's going on in the Polish community and how they think about it. But from what I learned is every part of the community also is different on how they perceive certain things, on what they need, what they want.
Aber das Remake an sich ist natürlich ein Glücksfall, dass man damit die Möglichkeit hat, die Gothic-Geschichte auch ganz neuen Spielern zu erzählen. Und das in einer zeitgemäßen Präsentation, weil, dann sind wir ehrlich, das 25 Jahre alte Spiel mit seiner blockigen Grafik und einer eher gewöhnungsbedürftigen Bedienung für heutige Verhältnisse, das fasst natürlich keiner mehr an, der es jetzt noch nicht kennt.
Yeah, but with the mods, it really ages well, Gothic 2, come on.
And task
it's not like playing Gothic 1 original.
People who already played the original game, and you want somehow to satisfy them, but you also have to target new audiences to make the game profitable.
Hey, look!
Just like that, you have to get new players. So there's this thin balance line when you try to make the game.
Did he just swap hands to do the second hit? Wait a second.
You also try to make. There's this thin balance line when you.
Nice. Have you seen that? That's cool. He swaps hands with the weapon when he does left right.
So there's this thin balance line when
this is pretty cool. I like this a lot.
Try to make the game feel as much the same, but you also try to give something new, give your creative ideas to make a game that can really work.
This is some original Gothic feature which was eliminated.
So there's a lot of challenges, but what I was seeing up to now with the materials, really gets me hopeful. You know, I have
frame
my
by frame. Why?
own like opinions or certain things. I used to talk about them with members of
I analyze how
Alchemia
realistic
and with
it
the game
is.
director.
Okay, why not? We're almost at the end of the video. You want to do a frame by frame? Okay, let's do it. Blaze the request.
Just like that. You have to get new
let's see. Wait.
players, dude. So there's
okay now. Okay, it should be point, period and comma. Yes. There's a lot of frames, dude. No, it's done. We are doing it already. We can do. Okay, I like more your idea, Whisper Bro. Let's do 0.25 speed. What? Let's minimum. Okay.
Thin balance.
Wow. There he is. Look at this wedge. So smooth. Super smooth. I like it. +1.
Try to make the
I know
game
it's silly. Hey, man.
feel as much
I know it's
the
silly,
same,
but I like
but
it.
you also try to do something new.
I'm just compulsively writing to you. Don't read me.
Can really work.
Yeah, minor.
30 years later. So there's
Very cool,
a lot
but
of challenges. But
maybe he's.
What I was seeing up
can
to
use
now
both
with
hands.
the materials really gets me hopeful. You know, I have my own.
Come on, you can say what you want about the remake, but it does look cool, guys.
I used to talk about them with members of Alchemia and with the game director. I was also always sharing like positive and negative feedback wherever I was asked for some. Yeah, and I really believe that the approach they took, like how they want to make some things fresher, but how they want to stick to the original vibe, it really gives me a lot of hope.
Deswegen ist es super, dass es so ein Remake geben wird und dass das dazu beitragen kann, dass man Gothic auch wieder Spieler schmackhaft machen kann, die halt nur heutige Spiele gewöhnt sind.
Yeah, I watched every trailer, every teaser, every making of video, every reaction to the making of videos and so on. So I'm really hyped for the game because Gothic 2 is and will always be one of my favorite games. So I'm really excited for the remake.
Eventuell mit dem Remake es auch Möglichkeiten geben wird, Modifikationen zu erstellen und somit auch weiterhin die Serie weiterleben.
Jeżeli chodzi o to, czy widzę szansę w popularyzacji Gothica przez remake, myślę, że to już się wydarzyło. Myślę, że sam remake i swoje niestandardowe podejście do tego, w jaki sposób komunikował się ze społecznością, zrobiło duży boom i o Gothicu dzięki temu naprawdę cały czas słyszymy.
What is this video? This is a general overview of all the,
społeczność Gothicowa,
let's
każdy
say, the
z nas
community,
kiedyś marzył o tym, żeby zagrać znowu w Gothica 1 tylko przy aktualnych nowych technologiach.
I hope that we managed to build this connection between us as a team with a Gothic community, and I hope that they feel kind of a part of the project and of the development process of Gothic Remake. The most difficult thing was, and the most challenging was, to be everywhere at once. Every time we release something, there is explosion of activity all over our social media. Me as a community manager should be everywhere to give an instant feedback, to answer their questions, to react on their questions and so on.
There is a lot of criticism, and that's okay. I mean, that's a motivation, you know, to keep improving, really? To keep better. And there are certain things like you are never sure about, like, oh, should we do A or B? Should we do this or that? Should we kind of like even small things? And then you get these opinions, and all of a sudden you have a third, a fourth, a 200th opinion about a certain element in there, and then you can just make a better game. It's an impossible task to make a game that everybody is pleased with everything. But it's not an impossible task to make a good Gothic remake, and that's what we are set out to do. I would be pleased that if those who are not, like, who criticize a lot and are like, well, you know,
did we just
maybe
see
not
Otello?
The perfect or the remake I would have done,
Otello,
but it's a remake I can perfectly live with and enjoy that it's there.
Yay, we can also do our own barrier. Fuck the big barrier. Where is he going? Oh, that's the teleport. Alright, yeah, Whisper, yeah, they have been interesting. Really chill thing. You can even watch by yourself. Here, I'll give you the link if you want to, but it's easy to find. Poser fan admits he's fan of Gothic 2, not Gothic. I mean... Look, I'm also a Poser fan, I would say. I like Gothic 2 more than Gothic 1. what can I say? You're gonna see that video. Yeah, it actually ended, Pogo. Also, why so early stream? I wanted to do actually an hour of this. No, sorry. Of this. Golden Gate continuation. I was like, I have an hour, it's 4 p.m. And then the video dropped and we're not playing the Golden Gate anymore. We have to play it later. I'm really interested in that, what's the name? Dark Saga? Dark Saga. I was already streaming Ramses. I was already streaming Golden Gate. And then they dropped this bomb and I was like, well, it's a bit long video, but let's check it out. Why not?